Hi everybody! Say I wanted to do a little project here on this Friday night. Let me log into my iPad. As the weekend gets going, if you're just joining me, say hello. Let me know where you're from. What you up to tonight? I want to make sure we're on live. I wanted to do a little project for you for Mother's Day. Simple little nautical project, which I was playing around with. I was kind of just using what I had on hand. So I'm thinking the paint. So I'm using a mason jar. The regular mason jar. Got this at Michael's. So real cheap. And I just bought the small ones because I'm thinking for myself these would hold like, pens, markers, paint brushes, something really simple. Let me get on here so I can see comments, if it'll show up. Hi Terry, thanks for joining me. Small things, pencils, pens, paintbrushes, markers, whatever, that you can, mom might use, or you can this can be for mom or whatever. Oh, like I'm paused. Okay, for what, whatever you want to use it for. Okay. So I've got weirdness going on with my Facebook Live. Did it go dead? No, it says live over there. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I just took what I had. This is a Martha Stewart decor paint. It's a chalk paint. It's a craft paint. And if I don't see your comments, forgive me. It's like, Facebook does this weird stuff. So it's a kind of a darker turquoise, which I like. And it goes with the nautical theme. I mean, I think that does good. But I'm going to put you down so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And because I did start painting just because I didn't want to have to worry about trying to dry. But I'll show you what I'm doing. So let's get you going down. When you come in, say hello. Let me know what's going on. What are you doing this Mother's Day weekend? Okay, so I'm not going to do anything fancy other than I shook the paint. I'm not stirring anything. But this is Martha Stewart from Michael's. This is a mason jar from Michael's. You can certainly do a bigger one. Hi, Rosie. Sponge brush, probably 59 cents from Michael's. So I'm just going to paint this real quick. Nothing complicated about this, right? So, and I did 2 coats when I did the original piece, or not. What I did earlier today, just because I wanted it painted, dried, before I came on live. So I'm just, painting, and it's a chalk paint. I suppose you could do an acrylic if you wanted to, but chalk paint's right popular. Hi Angel, thanks for joining me. Okay, so you're gonna just paint. You can certainly use a brush if that's all you have, but this is simple. It could be for mom's gift, or yourself. I think of out on your deck, or if you have a beach house, if you're fortunate to have that. It could be any kind of. So 1 coat so far, and I'm just going to cover it. I'm going to go do the top because I didn't plan on really putting the cap or the lid back on, which is this. You could, and I'm going to make some suggestions on what you could do if you decide you want to use this. Oh, thanks for the hearts. So what's everybody doing this Friday night? I actually was debating whether I was going to come on. I've got found out my brother and sister-in-law are coming over with my nephew, who lives in Arkansas that only comes up once a year, and we never see him, except for this last year. That was the first time I'd seen him in like 5 years. They're coming by tonight because he's up visiting on his own. And so I'm just, you know, the door's open. They can come in. My mother, you know, I hate to let her, you know. Anyways, so there it is. I let this dry or get a blow dryer, dry it, put a second coat, and that just kind of gives it a better milky look. So I'm going to just set this aside. I'm not going to really go into any more of that because I already have one done, and I want you to see that. So we're going to just kind of put that aside. I'll put it over here towards the front. Well, maybe I'll just put that there, let it dry. So I did on the original one, I painted the bottom. This one. And so this is what I did. So this is 2 coats, and I'm hoping you can see this. I painted 2 coats. I took a sand block, and I sanded off, like where it says the cure, the ceiling, you know, kind of that stuff. And around the rim here, I kind of did some sanding just to get that to show, just to kind of give it some personality, I guess, if you want to call it like that. So I did all that, right? So, and down, you know, along the sides, I don't care if it, you know, shows completely through. So that's how that looks. So I put some tape around the bottom because I thought, okay, nautical. First I was going to just do a flower. And if you're joining me, say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. And if you like this video, I would love it if you shared it. So I wasn't planning on nautical originally. I thought, well, let's just kind of do this and put some flowers in it. Maybe add a little twine, which I was going to do. And I will do. But then I thought, oh, okay, nautical. And I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had some sand. And my mom's going, well, don't we have some sand left over from winter, you know, to sprinkle on the walkway? And I was like, yes. Hi, Judy. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining me. Alabama, Michigan. What's your guys' weather like? We've got rain and cloud today. It's kind of funky. So, let me know. Put it in the comments. What's going on in your world today? Alright, so I taped off with painter's tape. If you've watched one of my lives, you know we're painting the front of the house. Normally I would not have this on, but we are painting. Hot, Judy. Oh, well, God bless, because, you know, it's been warm here with humidity, with the rain. I'm not thrilled about that. I'm cool. It's a little bit chilly today because we had to turn the furnace on. Now, really, we go from, I haven't turned the air conditioner on yet, but the house fan to today, the furnace. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Rain for you too, Mary. Okay. So I tape this off with painter's tape because I want to put glue. Just Elmer's glue. I'm going to, and I have not done this yet, so we're going to do this. Alright, so I did bring down some water because I think I'm going to just water down the glue. So anyways, we did do, I found sand. I'm thinking, I wish I had sand. Mom's like, don't we have sand? And it's like, yes, this is sand I had bought a number of years ago to just throw on the driveway during the winter because my mom didn't want to use salt. How crazy is that? Because that was like a lifesaver to do salt. Anyways, I had bags of sand out in the garage, which I forgot about. So I probably don't need all that glue. But I poured it in there. And I'm going to water it down just probably a little bit. Who likes nautical things? Decorates. I wish I had a beach house. If I was coastal, I for sure would do a beach theme. At least in some area of my house. Does anybody have a beach theme going on in their house somewhere? Alright, so I'm going to just water it down. I just dip my brush in water and I'm going to put it in the glue. What is everybody doing? Who's got plans for Mother's Day? Hi, Vicki. Oh, nice to see you too. For Mother's Day, we are doing a, well, it's been a tradition. I'm here for my mom. My brother usually has taken us to brunch or a lunch, which is wonderful. I miss my kids dearly, and not spending it with them. This year, I do kind of feel like I want to just be on my own. Hi, Terry, loving everything beach. Oh, you do? Okay. This year, I'm just feeling like I want to be on my own, but I don't want to hurt any feelings. I love my mom dearly, but you know what? Being a caretaker and just I'm always there. I don't know. I just want to be Mother's Day on my own. That's it. I'm not gonna feel guilty. You put white. Oh, did you? Okay. You know, yeah. I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure I didn't invent this, but I just thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna tape it off, and I'm gonna put glue all the way. I'm not gonna do the bottom, but I'm gonna glue spread glue on the bottom part where I taped off. And I just thought, you know, this will be cool. I don't think you could, you know, it's heavy. I suppose if you did one coat, you could probably use a tea light, or you know, with a you know, battery operated, or not even battery operated tea lights, but the tea lights that you could use. You probably could, and it would be really cool. And I'm gonna just kind of put this in. I don't know how this is gonna. I'm just gonna kind of do this. Nothing fancy about this. Your mom is 98. Oh, girlfriend, Mary, my mom is 95. So, all right. Well, so we can relate. I got you. So, I'm just going to be, you know, nothing fancy here with this glue and sand. So, as you can see, I'm hoping you can see this. Sand around the bottom, just to, you know, gives it the effect, right? Just cute. Hey, if you guys think anybody else would like to learn, or just not even necessarily learn, but if somebody who wants to do something nautical, quick craft for themselves or with the kids tomorrow or Mom's Day, or you know, summer is coming up, please share the video. So I'm going to take the painter's tape off. I cut in several pieces because it was really wide tape, and I don't care if it peels some of it off, because that's just going to add to the look. So see how that's looking? See? Isn't that cool? Oh, you're welcome, Mary. Hey, pass it on. You know, this, because, you know, you can do, in this, you can certainly do a bigger mason jar, or, you know, any other kind of jar that you have from, you know, peanut butter, jelly, any kind of jar that might be something that gets, and it kind of peeled it off, but that's okay. That's going to add character to it. All right, so here we go. And this was sand. You know, you can buy, not that I would want you to go out and buy sand in a big bag, but if you have extra, or you can find it someplace that's going to give you, you know, you're going to use it for some reason. Otherwise, you're going to have all this sand. All right. So there that is. So now I'm going to move that out of the way. I've got the glue. I'm going to put this brush in water so it doesn't like harden up completely. And so I was debating about the cording. I've got twine, and I didn't need anything really thick because it's a small area up on top. So I'm going to, you know, hang out with me while we glue. And I'm going to start below this ridge. I wasn't going to, but I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I think I might go to the first ridge and start just below the second one. So we'll see. Hey, we're going to wing it. I'm sure they're, you know, It'll be all right, however that goes. So, if you can just see. So it's Friday night. What's people's favorite dinner on Friday night? You know what? My kids, we used to do pizza. It was a pizza night, always. Always, always. Never failed. There was nothing else on a Friday night dinner but pizza. What do you guys do for dinner on Friday night? If you have kids, I guess. Or anytime. Even, I still like pizza, you know, but my mom is not crazy about, she don't really, I mean, she doesn't not like it, but she probably would only want to eat it maybe, what, once a month or something. Oh, Sherry, at 68, yeah, that's, wow. 68, that's really young. My mom, like, well, Mary's is 98. My mom is going to be 95 next month. 95. Nobody thought she would, you know, I mean, when you think of, like, genetically, you know, she's outlived most of her family. She has three her three youngest siblings that are still alive. Everybody else, her oldest brother and everybody, you know, above them are gone. She's outlived them all. She never even figured. She's like, I never imagined living this long. It's like, well, she's not had any. It is, well, crafting, or yes, I mean, my business is making wreaths and making book folding art. And so that is an escape. Escape, yes, and a business. I think the escape is more doing something like this, right? It's out of the ordinary. As much as I love making the other things for my business, I have a tendency, and maybe other creative people can relate, I can get bored easily. So, yeah, Sherry, it's hard. I don't know. Like I said, my mom is healthy, and all I can say is, I've told her, I said, you know, if anything, when she sleeps late, she usually sleeps. She usually wakes up at 8 o'clock, around there, something like that. But when she sleeps later, if she's been awake throughout the middle of the night or something, sometimes she sleeps in later. And I have to go check, because I'm figuring to myself, she's healthy, and I know my mom would never want to have to be in any circumstance. You know, if she just transitioned in her sleep, bless her heart, for me, for any, you know, I thought, okay, some morning it's going to be, I'm probably going to go and, you know, wake her up, and she'll have transitioned, and that's probably going to be easier for everybody. You know, she's so healthy, although she does have some issues with seeing some things that aren't there, but that's a whole different story. But she does have she doesn't have Alzheimer, and whether that's what she sees is considered, what do I want to say? You know the word, I'm having a senior moment myself. But she sees things on her hands. I sell on Etsy, Mary. Oh, thank you. Love wreaths, trying to make them. What kind of wreaths, Mary, are you making? Decor mesh or floral? Because You love the theme. Oh, great. Thank you. Oh, Terry, well, you go. You jump right on it for Jackie. Good thing I don't offer like tutorials, right? Yes. Yes. Terry. Jackie's Reason Things if you want to learn. Yes, absolutely. She is the go-to girl for deco measure beads. Hey, Jackie. Good evening to you as well. So, I hope I don't burn my fingers here. But I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm just going to kind of go around. Yes, Terry. I can still smell the paint. I thought this would dry. I did this like early this afternoon. So see how this is going? You guys see? So I have sand on the bottom. I probably would have, I've just, like I said, used the paint that I had. I think even though this blue would be nautical, you know, colors, I think I would have preferred something a little bit, what you making? Well, Jackie, I'm making, it's a nautical mason jar, mini mason jar. And I guess you could use it to however you want to use it. My intention was thinking, you know, if somebody has pens, markers, paint brushes, you could certainly use a bigger mason jar and do something with flowers. You could do this, you could use flowers in this. But it's a nautical. I was going to do just something flower, and I thought, oh, you know what? I've got some stuff that I'm going to use up for nautical. So that's what I'm, hi Martha, that's what I'm doing. So just working my way around. Speaking of Jackie, yes. The girl is in the house. Alright. So I probably am going to do one more because I kind of got sloppy up here with the glue. And I didn't want that to look that tacky. So let's do one more roundabout. Hi, Crystal. Hey, girl. Y'all here? That's awesome. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate the support. If you know anybody that may... Hey, Deb. Oh, my goodness. The whole crew is here. If you know anybody who might like nautical, I'd appreciate you sharing that. That would be the next level. This is like an easy peasy craft. Mason jars, you know, they're all the rage. Chalk paint, right? Alright, so let me kind of get around this so we can kind of get on with it. Because I was playing with stuff. You know, years ago, I don't know, like a great uncle or my dad's cousin's wife or somebody made, I remember they made like, it was like flowers out of shells. They did this awesome stuff, right? Hi, Renee. And it was so cool. Made pussy willows using little tiny, you know, the little tiny shells. And I'm thinking, what do I have for shells? Oh, thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it. Lots of love to you. And they were so cute. So I'm looking at what I had. I thought I had more shells than what I did. So it really wouldn't work. But I'm going to, with the large ones that I have, I'll show you what thought about when I get to that point. Let me just kind of get through this. All right, so I'm going to cut this off. This stuff really stinks. So I was talking to my sister today about my dog, Magic, little spastic thing. He has been freaking out. Thanks, Renee. Spastic about the wind up here, and she mentioned about using frankincense essential oils to, I was thinking about, I hadn't gotten on Amazon to look for a anxiety jacket for a dog, and if anybody knows anything about that, hey. But I tried frankincense essential oils, put it on his paws, and to see if that kind of mellows him out. It was kind of funny. I rubbed it into his paws, and all of a sudden he like turns over for a belly rub, right? And he's just like zoning out, right? It was like so funny. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so here we go. We've got the sand around the bottom. We've got the twine around the top. Now, for embellishments. I was debating what I was going to do. First, I thought flowers, but I'll show that first so you can just kind of see what I thought about. You know, flower, right? You could do that. Let's do that first. You know, these are flowers that I had done before. These are felt flowers, right? You could do that. But I thought, what the heck? Let's do nautical. So where are my pieces? Okay. So I had a starfish, which I painted because they were like the stark white that I bought from Joann's. Thundercoat for dogs. Okay, Gwen, thank you. I mean, I don't know whether the frankincense would work for him, but I would get something else because I'm serious. The doctor or the pet vet prescribed an anti-anxiety medication for him last year because he just freaks out with the wind. And there's a lot of wind here because, not necessarily in the area, but where my mom's house sits up on a hill, the cul-de-sac or the development is up on a hill, and there's a lot of blowing of wind, so it's crazy. So here's the white. I just mixed up some paint to give it more of a sandy color because I didn't like the stark white. It was just a little too, contrast for me. So, thanks, Deb. Oh, appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. Oh, I love all the love. Thank you. Okay, so let's get going on this. All right, so I had seen some nautical wreaths that had just that not netting, but the ribbon that has the I'll have in a moment. You know, the webbing. So I just figured let's just do a little bit of this, and I put a little bit of wire in there. We're going to glue this on to the corner. I'm going to have to get some more glue. So we're going to do that. Where is the other glue that I have? Okay. So you can really, you know, do a lot with this, or thank you, Terry. Appreciate the love, appreciate the shares, everybody. All right, so I'm gonna keep it where the cure, the self-seal, you know, where the where I sanded it off. So I took a sand block, sanded off where I wanted, you know, the raised wording. You don't have to, but you know, that's what I did. Sanded little chunky areas, and that worked for me. So I'm just kind of doing this like, think of like a little hair bow. See? All right. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining me. Oh, you're not late. What you making? I'm making a nautical. I'm using a mason jar, painted a nautical kind of whatever you want to put in it. You know, you could put flowers, markers, pens, paintbrushes, whatever triggers your trigger, you know, whatever you want to do for something like this. And it's a small mason jar, but you can do a large one, which then you can put flowers. You know, if I had, you know, you could put greenery, I think of anything, you know, something like that. So I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to start with that. And then I've got, because I didn't have, of course, nautical, you know, seaweed, but I don't have seaweed. Right. Although I've bought seaweed to where I've eaten it. But I'm taking some kind of tinted green moss. And I think this will just kind of will give it the effect that I want it to do for seaweed. You could, well, this, yes, you could put a tea light. I think I put 2 coats on this. Well, the electric one, right. I mean, that's what I would do, Deb, too. The electric one, or whatever it is. I put 2 coats on this, and I'm not sure how well that would show through, but if you only put 1 coat on it, you probably, you know, could use a light, and it would show through, illuminate through. So experiment with that. So here's kind of the green, and I decided, here's some shells that I thought maybe I would put on, but then I decided, I liked the little starfish. Now, let me know, what do you think? The back side of it, where you see the little lines of the starfish, or the front? Let me know, because I'm going to glue it on, right? I'm going to glue it on. Let me know, front or back? What do I want to say? Yeah, just let me know, front or back? The back has the little lines, you know, the starfishes that have the little, where the opening, or the front? Let me know. Come on, folks. Front or back of the starfish? Because I suppose, you know, it gives it a different look if it's the front. Okay. All right. And so this is real simple. So you got the ribbon, which gives it a little bit of cuteness. Oh, you know what? Gosh, guys, I didn't turn on my, like, diva light, ring light. Oh, hang on, because it's dark. And I just realized it. I'm spacing out totally. All right, maybe that'll help. Oh. Sorry, folks. Front, okay. All right. Can you see better? I am so sorry, the diva light. Okay, that helps. All right, let's do the front. So, I'm gonna... Now, we don't need to add a whole lot to this. You could, I suppose. Let's see. I don't want to cover up the wording on here, but I did add the moss. So it looks like seaweed. That's better. Oh, thanks. Jeez, I wish someone, you know, I had it all plugged in, ready to go. Much better. Oh, good. I'm glad, folks. Thinking, I'm looking at it going, duh, why is this not, like, showing up brighter? So, the diva light. Okay, so, isn't that cute? And I'm thinking to myself going, you know, if you have, like me, I've got paintbrushes, or if you got magic marker, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm not done yet, but let's see, because what you can add. So I've got some, you can think of sea glass, right? Oh, hi, Judy. Oh, thanks for joining me. First time watching. Love it. Okay, great. So I've got some pretty glass here, and I'm thinking what I might want to add. So I've got this, and I've actually got, so think about it. You know, I could have added like a seashell. I only had a couple, and that would have fit real snug up against it and look cute too. I had this one, right? And that would have, but I like the starfish. So that's cool, so you can see that the greenery. And so if you probably did a lighter blue, or you did like a seafoam green or something like that, you know, think of the different colors you would use. I'm just using what I had on hand, so that's how that is. And that's a fine grain sand. So I also have some really cute little tiny, look at these little tiny starfishes that I had gotten and had those. And I think, oops, I think I'm going to add a couple to the front just to add some cuteness, but I may flip some upside down, okay, just so you can kind of see what it is. Little starfish, yeah. Oh. Okay, so but I wish I'd had some of the tea lights, and had probably done one coat so you could have seen it to use it like that. But I guess my head was like thinking, you know, little storage container with for your you know, craft things or whatever. We're just going to kind of cluster those together. See how that's looking. Maybe I should probably put a little star. I could put one down towards the bottom, so that would be like a complementary. Give it some balance, right? So nobody's told her, what are you guys doing for Mother's Day? What do you have planned? All you ladies who I know. Y'all got something going on? Going out for brunch or dinner, or somebody's making you breakfast, or what do you think? What's going on? Look at that. Isn't that cute? She's got a cabana boy. Yeah, right? Everybody's going to Jackie. She's got a cabana boy gonna be like, you know, get the pool, get the drinks, Jackie, and you know, you're gonna have a line down that driveway of us ladies heading that way. See, now I'm looking at some of the sea glass I have here, and I'm just kind of debating whether I want to put one or two pieces. I may just. She is gonna have people showing up. It's like, where is this little fella, right? All right, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of this glass, just for a little something, something. Holding that. So look at it. I added just a little bit of glass. There's a blue piece down here, and there's a green piece, if you can see it really well. Down there, right? So we've got the little star fish down here. Isn't that cute? This is like, we're talking a simple project here tonight. I think I'm going to add just one more little starfish down here, and then I'm going to show you. Right. Oops. Hot. See how that looks. So think of the possibilities that you could do that, even for Mother's Day, patriotic. You know, you could probably do. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Linda. Patriotic. You know, you could do something red, white, and blue. you know, for something like this. I'm thinking for outside, if you're going to do tea lights, like even the big mason jars. But I wanted to show you, here was a paper flower that I had done, and just show you, you know, how you can kind of add just something different. You could add a ribbon around here and add, you know, flowers. So you can just think of different things that you can do. And I have some green cloth covered or paper covered wire that I use, and it's hard to see, but you see the shell, and I'm thinking, you know, if setting this up, you know, the covers like this, you could actually put it on top. You could paint it and take your here's Jackie's tool, your knife or your ice pick, right? Think of this. Maybe poke some holes through this, or take a nail and hammer a nail through this, right? I think of Jackie and her stuffed plush embellishments for her wreaths. So this, but you could poke, you know, holes in here to be able to put flowers or something that'll actually that won't flop from one side to the other. And so what I'm thinking, you know, I've got this green thing, if you can see it. It's a 18 gauge wire wrapped in fabric. And so you could actually, you see the shell here? There's an opening where you could actually hot glue that in there. And you could kind of make it a flower, right? And so, I don't know what you're, yes. So you could actually, you know, cut that, and that could be, you know, think of making little flowers with this. Here's another one where you could do the flower, right? For shells, if you're wanting to make that in the embellishment. What can I do with the yellow? Okay, so, you know, my thing is, if you're going to do a flower arrangement in it, you know, you could. It might not be with a nautical theme, because that looks a little weird, you know, but if you did shells on a stem, you know, you could do that. You could, again, use the little lid to poke holes in so it would stay. You know, you're not going to have things all lean to one side, right? So, you could add greenery. Again, think of, you know, if you're doing something. Yep. Kid handle. Yep. Yep. You're only limited to your imagination. So I'm thinking, you know, if you have other, you know, other than the nautical, but if you're doing a flower arrangement, something like this, you know, just whatever, right? So I'm just trying to give you ideas what you might use it for. Other than arrangement, your colored pencils, your magic markers, your paintbrushes, the shell, right? I think you know, you can buy the shells really cheap, but it's getting those ones that fold in that look like a rosebud is what you want to get for the shells, and then that way you can glue in with a green stem, glue it in with either your hot glue or your, what is it, 6,000, you know, glue, so it really stand out. You could probably even make some, I don't know, leaves that might come out. I don't know, maybe not. And then add that in there. So that would be really cute, right? All right. So cool. Oops, drop that. All right. So that's all I have for you today, or tonight, ladies. I thought it was fun. It was just simple. A quick, you know, like Mother's Day, quick gift, you know, or just a craft you might want to do. You could do with the kids, the grandkids, anything like that. So that's it. That is what I have for you tonight. Like I said, I've got family coming over, a nephew I haven't seen, and so the bottom holds them in place pretty good. Yep, you could add sand inside to do that. Yep. So I would experiment, you know, with something like that. But I like the use. I do like the greenery, the moss behind it, because it does look a little bit like seaweed, and that just kind of gives it, and with this little bit of webbed ribbon, just adds a little something something, you know. And you could certainly, I painted this starfish where it was white, add something fancy to it. Oh, thanks, Sarah. You know, it could be a hot pink, you know, hot pink starfish, whatever you want it to be. You can do that. So if you love this or you like it and you think somebody else that you know would like it, please share. Would love that. Appreciate it. Helps the biz. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all of you. I hope you have the best time with your family and your kids. Again, I'm missing my boys terribly, and I miss not spending it with them. So, again, lots of love to all of you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy weekend. And thanks again for joining me. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.